Liquidators PBA Tour presents the King of Bowling, powered by AMP, the Kegel Training Center. Here in Lake Wales, Florida, your host for this royal affair, as the best from the 08-09 PBA campaign duel for the title of King of the PBA. And we welcome you to Central Florida for the second of 5 King of Bowling shows. A little bit later in our broadcast, we're going to begin our coverage of the much-anticipated challenge match between Pardon the Interruption co-host Michael Wilbon and Player of the Year Wes Malott. And Player of the Year Wes Malott rolled on last week here on the King of Bowling, defeating Chris Barnes to defend his crown. So up next this week, well, he's going to take on the winner of the all-Southpaw showdown between Patrick Allen and Mike Scroggins. With Malott's victory last week, he earned $10,000. Another W today to defend his crown. He pockets yet again another cool $10K. And we are fortunate enough to be joined by former King of Bowling winner Randy Peterson, also happened to win 13 titles as well. What are we to make of the early rule of Wes Malott as King of the PBA?
The kingdom of Malottville is safe for at least another week. Wes Malott retaining the crown by putting a serious whooping on Chris Barnes. Wes Malott did a lot of striking, and for good reason. He was bowling on his favorite oil pattern, the scorpion pattern. Guess what we're going to bowl on again tonight?
All right, and time now for the introductions for tonight's 3 competitors.
The reigning PBA Player of the Year. He won 3 titles this season, earning the title Mr. Versatility, the Big Nasty, and current King of Bowling, Wes Malott. A 2-time major winner, including the 2005 USBC Masters and the 66 Lumber Liquidators U.S. Open. He has emerged victorious 6 times on the PBA Tour, Mike Scroggins. The number 5 player on the PBA season points list made 5 consecutive telecasts this season, tying an all-time PBA record. The 2004-05 PBA Player of the Year, 12-time Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour winner, PA Patrick Allen.
So the lefties will try to dethrone Wes Malott, and your king standing by with Brienne Pettigo.
So far, 2 players have tried to take the throne away, but King Malott still reigns. Wes, how's it feel to be king?
Well, you know, it's the momentum I've been riding all year, and hopefully it doesn't end right here, and we can keep going, and you can keep coming over here and getting some more interviews. So, you know, it's just having a lot of fun with this, and hopefully it doesn't end here.
Battle of the lefties to see who bowls this guy next.
Well, Brienne, Strike-a-Lot Malott has got a great view of this match from his throne, perched just a few feet away from Patrick Allen and Mike Scroggins. We begin their match next.
The PBA King of Bowling, powered by AMP, is brought to you by AMP. AMP Up.
And we welcome you back inside the Kegel Training Center here in Lake Wales, Florida for ESPN's continuing coverage of the PBA King of Bowling, the second of 5 shows. Time now for our Lumber Liquidators Know the Wood, and as the king, you get to pick your oil pattern, and Wes Malott has decided again on...
The king has spoken. It's going to be Scorpion, 42 feet. Wes Malott's going to play the outside part of the lane, as is our 2 southpaws, Patrick Allen and Mike Scroggins.
42 feet, direct line is the key characteristic of the Scorpion oil pattern. And Patrick Allen, your 5 seed overall, because he was number 5 on the PBA Player of the Year point list, will begin.
You are so good with math.
PA, 12 tour titles on his resume, including 2 he won this past season in Reno and Vegas. Something about Nevada. Opens up with the strike. Living in Wesley Chapel, Florida right now, not too far outside Tampa, which means not too far away from Lake Worth. And up now, your U.S. Open champion, Mike Scroggins. 6 tour titles, including that win in New Jersey just a few weeks back. Scroggy starts with the strike, and we flash back a couple weeks ago in New Jersey as he took down Norm Duke for the title. His second major of his 17-year career. Back-to-back opening jacks for your U.S. Open champ.
They took down two of the greatest players in the game, Chris Barnes and Norm Duke. What a match with Chris Barnes. Coming down to the 10th frame,
I think the 5
Chris
pin just
Barnes
stopped moving.
leaving a solid 8, eventually losing by 1. This guy's a former player of the year, Rob. And winner of a major this season as well. So we have two southpaws, both major championship winners this season.
Player of the year in the 04-05 season. This PA, 38 years old. So both Allen and Scroggins open up with a pair of strikes.
Again.
The winner to take on Wes Malott with $10,000 on the line and the title of king of the PBA.
Done that before.
There is your current king. Defeated Chris Barnes last week
do it, right?
on the PBA King of Bowling. So Wes gets to sit right there, heckle, talk, lead, guide, do whatever the king wants.
Looks comfortable.
More comfortable than we saw him last week in the first show.
Starting to get a feel for it. He's getting acclimated to his new position in life.
He's starting to indent the cushion just the way he wants to. The 8 late.
Solid 8? I don't think so. Think he liked it?
Yeah, maybe a smidge.
He's into it.
Yeah, he's good at getting the crowd onto his side. He works them very, very well. Mike Scroggins, one of the more laid-back, super friendly guys on the tour. Native of Amarillo, Texas. And has an opening 3-bagger of his own. Some great carry here at the Kegel Training Center. Saw it a few weeks back. The PBA Women's Series Showdown show.
Ask me why that is.
Carolyn Dorn-Ballard, what a run, 20 straight strikes. Randy, why is it that great carry here at Kegel?
Because they are very meticulous about their machinery and making sure that the pins are perfectly on spot, Rob.
Hambo for Scroggy.
And if it's something other than that, I have no idea why.
It sounded good, almost like you had done your research this week.
Scroggy going with a high hard one at the 1-2. I like it.
Come on.
He likes it.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
PA, one of the more vocal guys on the tour. A lot of self-talk. Always entertaining to hear him. Both Allen and Scroggins flawless through 4.
I'm not sure this is what the king wanted to see.
Titanium sideboards,
Oh,
brother.
the king's saying, get it out of your system.
So, you think?
Sweet.
Peasants, continue to bowl.
Serfs, lackeys, just strike yourself out in this first match?
That's right. Get it out of your system.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on.
boy's fired up.
You think?
Oh, I love PA. Look at him. No shortage of reacts from him.
Mike Scroggins actually got to back off and wait. The crowd react to the replay.
Fourth on the Player of the Year point list was Mike Scroggins this year.
Scroggy drops the opening nickel.
Showed Mike Scroggins second on the money list at $178,000, second only to Norm Duke. Norm Duke just under $200,000 for the season. Think about it. It's only a 20-week season, but $100,000 of that came at Norm Duke's expense.
And Chris Barnes.
Messenger! Me likey! Scroggins, Allen, nothing but strikes so far. The conclusion of their match, the winner to take on the king, Wes Malott. We welcome you back to the PBA King of Bowling, show number 2 of 5. And Patrick Allen, Mike Scroggins have been perfect through 5.5. Our series continues next Wednesday night, prime time, 9 to 10 Eastern on ESPN2. The living legend, Walter Ray Williams Jr. takes on this season's average leader, Bill O'Neill, for the right to challenge today's king.
Here is Allen's effort now in the 6th to remain perfect as well.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Understatement of the night. Allen, Scroggins, nothing but X's through 6.
And what is going through Wes Malott's mind in there? We joked about it earlier on, where they had a couple through 3. You know, like, all right, that's fine, get out of your system. Now it's just, uh-oh, these guys are on.
Well, I think it's like you said earlier. Hey boys, get it out of your system now. He wouldn't like anything more than to see both of these guys have 300 games going into the 10th frame.
Yeah, the king not doing a lot of smiling right now. Two, 4, 7, 8.
2, 4, 7, and 8, and it's a tough spare because of the back pin, the 8 pin. And if you're Mike Scroggins, you really got to like this.
I'm good. Hey. Come on.
So the lefty will try and get it between the 2 and the 4, kick the 7 and the 8 to keep a clean game going. Made 5 consecutive championship round appearances this season, which tied a PBA record, did PA. Started slow, great run in the middle, and then kind of dribbled off at the end.
That's a good shot. Towards the open frame.
Remind you to head over to PBA.com for Extra Frame, archive PBA telecast, some great interviews. You see the rate for the video subscription service. Just click on Extra Frame over at PBA.com.
Scroggins, no! Denied perfection through 7 by the 10.
Just a little firm and a little light. According to the Cats here at the Kegel Training Center, Mike Scroggins and Patrick Allen, both up in the high 19s in terms of miles per hour. Yeah. And location fairly close. Patrick Allen's a little bit deeper. We're on the 11th board for Patrick Allen, the 8th board for Mike Scroggins. Remember that this is measured at the arrows at 15 feet. So Patrick Allen's got a little bit higher rev rate. He creates a little bit more hook, which would obviously mean that he would be a little bit more towards the center part of the lane and opening it up and creating a little more angle than Mike Scroggins.
Scroggy up 3. We begin the 8th. Again, avoids the 10th.
Wasn't it you that brought up the great carry in this building like a couple of shots ago?
It was.
Okay, well, actually, you know what, those 6 out of 8s, that's not bad, especially when there's 6 in a row. But what do you have to say for yourself now? Because that was a pretty good shot that didn't strike.
You're the expert.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Safe.
There.
Ooh, putting on the skinny jeans for that one.
There you go. You see the numbers there. Patrick Allen's 3 boards deeper at the target. Speed's right about the same. A little bit higher rev rate. So,
What'd you get?
let's see if Patrick Allen can get back on the strike wagon.
Maybe some biscuit wheels and gravy with that.
We'll see.
PA in the 8th. Very deliberate approach for the southpaw.
I felt like we had a little lull in there when he left the 2-4-7-8.
I think the blood sugar level dipped on everybody. PA 7 strikes through 8 frames. You see Wes Malott on the right, sitting on the throne as the king. Last week he defeated Chris Barnes. Who's he going to take on this week? PA or Mike Scroggins? I got to get me one of them thrones for my man cave.
Huge. And now he can't be shut out, Rob. What a huge time to trip the 6-pin.
I tell you, it's like he shotgunned a couple amps whenever he strikes tonight.
I was just going to say, you could describe his demeanor with the 3 letters directly behind him.
Holy cow.
Scroggy keeping it close. The jack of his own in the 9th.
Well, Mike Scroggins can strike out for 268. That's the good news. The bad news, Patrick Allen can strike out for 276. You're now up to date, Rob.
That's why we keep you on the show, Randy. Those up-to-dates are timeless and timely.
And informative.
Most of the time. And classy.
Yeah.
So a 2-bagger here for Scroggins.
We get
2 more.
And that's the deal. Put some pressure on Patrick Allen by throwing this 2nd strike in the 10th and forcing PA to double.
We've seen PA win both his titles this season by some gacks, by some pretty talented pros.
Oh, my. Hey, Rob, you wouldn't be talking about Walter A. Williams Jr. and Rhino Page, would you?
I didn't say the names, you did. But yes, I would be.
Well, let's see. PA trips the 6-pin, so it's only proper that Mike Scroggins follows it up a little trip 6-8, and then slaps one off in Mop's face.
Yeah. Walter A. Williams Jr., speaking of, will be on next Wednesday's show. Rhino Page in a couple weeks as well. Both of them finishing in the top 10.
Strong absolutes, and you always want to finish strong. And Scroggins closes out with a four-bagger.
Well, he had some nice fortune happen to go his way at the U.S. Open to capture a second major. Let's see if Patrick Allen will oblige as well.
Come on. Come on. This is what it's all about right here. One time. One time, man. One time.
There's one.
One more to go.
Yeah, horse. One more horse.
Are you kidding me?
Former player of the year. This guy knows how to throw the money shots. Strike in 3. That's all he needs.
Focus. Focus.
Did you want?
PA moves on.
Did you want me to help you with that one?
How'd you like to be in the car with him on the ride home tonight?
It's enough, Hoss. It's enough.
Love it. I just love it. That's enough, Hoss. Good game, Hoss. I mean, he uses the word Hoss more than he uses vowels.
Poor Scroggins, 268, not good enough? Are you kidding me?
Hey, it takes a lot to be the PBA king of bowling. PA moves on 272 to 268. And here's Brienne Pedigo standing by with Hoss, Patrick Allen.
Patrick, you've got one win under your belt, and now you're going to be the only lefty on the lanes. How do those things help you against Malott?
Well, obviously, Wes looks really good on this pattern. You know, the lanes really haven't changed too much, but I really expect them to now that Mike and myself have bowled on them, so I'm going to have to really stay focused with those adjustments.
See if he gets even more energized against the king, guys.
PA set to take on Wes Malott, but when we return, we begin our coverage of Michael Wilbon from PTI taking on the king, Wes Malott. Welcome back to the second of 5 PBA King of Bowling shows powered by AMP, coming your way from Lake Wales, Florida. Well, the great debate began in late February at the Plastic Ball Championship. Wes Malott was your Player of the Year leader at that point. He declined to roll in it. And pardon the interruption, and Michael Wilbon jumped on it. It led to this, a challenge match. Now we begin our coverage of PTI co-host Michael Wilbon taking on Player of the Year, Wes Malott.
So the PTI challenge match begins, and Michael Wilbon won the coin toss. He elects to go first.
Not a good start, Michael.
He's nervous.
Nerves under the lights. He was like that on his first broadcast of PTI.
Here's Wes Malott, your reigning PBA Player of the Year, in his first frame versus Michael Wilbon.
Got a chance.
Leaves the 10.
Remember, he's throwing plastic.
If I miss this, I want you to run
And
after
he has given Wilbon a 57-pin advantage going in. Wes Malott's family sitting on the throne. Wife Meredith, sons Jordan and Campbell. And a whiff.
Hey, wait a minute. Did he do that on purpose?
Appreciate that gift. Thank you very much, Wes. I know that was intentional. Make me feel better.
I don't want you to go home empty-handed or anything.
Wilbon in cruise control. After one, 66-9 advantage Wilbon. Now you see the shot
Shot of that scoreboard
of
now.
Wes Malott hanging over Michael Wilbon. If Malott wins, there'll be a big old headshot of Wes over Wilbon's shoulder during PTI. If Wilbon wins, he gets an exemption to the PBA Tour next season. Wilbon. Yeah, drop the ball!
basket. Attaboy, PTI.
Trying to get a strike to keep up with Wilbon.
The player of the year. Messenger does its job.
How about it? When you can throw messengers around with a plastic ball, you know you're one bad man.
The lead at 32. The conclusion of Wilbon versus West next Wednesday night. Nobody thought Wilbon would be going this strong at this stage. Can't wait to see the conclusion. But coming up next here from Lake Wales, the King, can he defend his throne? Wes Malott taking on the southpaw, Patrick Allen.
Welcome back to ESPN's continuing coverage of the PBA King of Bowling, powered by AMP. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Brienne Pedigo here with you. This show 2, next Wednesday, show number 3. And the living legend, Walter Ray Williams Jr. will be there, and he'll be taking on Bill O'Neill for the right to challenge today's king. Who will today's king be?
PA, Patrick Allen or Wes Malott, lefty versus righty. Last week, Malott kept his crown by taking care of Chris Barnes, 268 to 214. Not the way to start if you are trying to storm the castle at PBA King of Bowling.
You notice how Wes Malott's starting to get the hang of this king stuff? He's sitting over there in his throne against Chris Barnes. He was sitting over in the surfer lackey seats.
It's what me and Michael Wilbon discussed last week. You know, if he has the throne, use it. I mean, it certainly looks more comfortable than the other chair, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And the red velour really goes well with the skin tone. Maybe. Ooh. Well, if there's a frame to have that on, it is the first.
Yeah, but he lost a lot of count in that first frame, man. He's 6'1". He's got 7 in the first, and that's a little opening for the king to start this match.
Wes Malott, the big Texan. His wife and 2 kids here. His queen and the court. What would it be? Wes Malott won 3 titles this season. The first came in late November at the CLR Carmen Salvino Scorpion Championship in Vernon Hills, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. He took down Kenny Simard, 216, 211. Now, boy, Simard made that and won. He would have been exempt for next season. Cut line.
Messenger provides back-to-back opening jacks for the big nasty.
So, Rob, what are you trying to say, that Wes really likes the scorpion pattern?
I think there is a theme to Wes and the Scorpion. He requested that oil pattern on match day 1. And as the king, you get to pick the oil pattern you want, as well as many other little perks that come with being the king. You know that. You're a former king.
Never got any close. Nice shot. Nice shot. Horse.
Huh? I don't know. I was doing it earlier. Went away, but it is what it is.
PA, New York native, former
Figure it out here quick.
Player of the Year winner. That New York attitude sneaks out every once in a while in PA. Right at you.
Just a little.
And Rob, you notice his pre-game stuff. It's almost golf-like in tugging on the shirt sleeve, getting set, the little wiggle or the waggle as he gets set up, and then he doesn't go until it's just right.
So you're telling me he takes his time at the bowling center and on the links as well? Malott essentially working his way down the Player of the Year points list. The idea being gives him more opportunity to earn more money. Each time he defends his crown, he earns another $10,000 payday. He already has one, looking for 2 in 2 shows.
Let's let it read long. 150,000 Player of the Year. You know, if you add up all the earnings in 20 weeks for the players that are competing in this event, Rob, it adds up to over $1.2 million.
Good shot. Good shot. Yeah, go, Florida.
Rob, I'm going to take Wes's word for it and say good shot.
Come on, man.
Yeah, when you're 6'5", 250, and you're barking at me, I'll take your word on whatever you're saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
Even if you're 5'5", 150, I'll probably take your word.
Let's go. Come on.
PA working on a double, looking for 3-bagger.
After that opening 7 in frame 1. Three in a row for Haas, and PA met Wes Malott at the National Bowling Stadium Championship. Beat him 268-215 to move on to the title match. He defeated that man, Walter Ray Williams Jr. And a couple weeks later, at the Tournament of Champions, Rhino Page had a chance to win late and gave it to Patrick Allen. Page been bowling in a couple weeks. Ooh, just shy of the 710.
Pocket Kegel.
It's hard to do in strike.
Remember earlier today, PA opened up with 6 consecutive strikes in his match versus Mike Scroggins en route to a 272. This a significantly different opening for PA.
Stay wide with Amp Energy drink.
What do you say?
Stay with me, I think.
I don't know. I didn't catch it. But
remember how demonstrative and vocal he was, taking down Scroggins earlier.
Gotta stay wired.
Trying to get that crowd up, trying to keep himself up.
Plaque.
Here's Malott bowled collegiately at West Texas A&M under Mike Scroggins. Two in a row for Malott.
well, laboring just a bit on that right lane, Rob, and well, the last thing he needs is to kind of free Willie one and have it come in real late for a 2-8-10.
See the numbers through 5. 13-pin lead for the big nasty, Wes Malott.
Come on. Slow.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God.
Oh, boy, to...
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. I'll take that. Need a little luck. Got a lot of people trying to knock you off your throne, Wes Malott.
It's his kingdom. His kingdom.
He will rule the way he sees fit.
The conclusion when we return. We welcome you back to Central Florida. We're in Lake Wales for ESPN's continuing coverage of the PBA King of Bowling, powered by AMP. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Brienne Pettigo with you. It's time now for our AMP Power Stats.
Well, Wes Malott's going to win the power part of this. As you see, he's got the higher rev rate 419 and 357. Wes Malott also playing farther towards the center part of the lane. He's at the 3rd arrow, the 15th board. Speed fairly close. Patrick Allen a little bit faster with that speed.
Explain to me how you have a higher rev rate but a slower miles per hour.
The higher the rev rate, the more friction's created. Okay, so the more friction that's created, the slower the ball actually goes.
There we go. Thank you.
Hope that cleared it up for you.
It just always never seems right when I initially look at it for some reason. I think everything If you're fast, everyone's fast. PA in the 6th leaves the 7th.
Well, watch the change of direction down the lane. When the ball actually starts to curve into the pocket, the ball actually slows down because friction is now being created at the back end of the oil pan. Wes Malott is much more angular, so his ball is actually slower entering the pocket.
It'd be great to have like one of those heat sensor type things on the lane or on the ball to see kind of almost like where the temperature is going, but about when that friction hits and you see, not the sparks. I'm done getting analytical. I will now cease to talk.
I'm actually following this one.
All right, well, I'm not describing it very well. You just know where I'm going.
Like some type of thermal
heat plaque. Good use of
Never happens here, bro.
device that registers the amount of friction as the ball goes down the lane.
I tried for 2 weeks to plaque here and not.
That's what
Of course, I could doink.
Thank you, Randall.
You're welcome, buddy. I'm here to help. And we are BFFs, so, I mean,
naturally.
Don't have a choice. You gotta throw it.
Down 24, we begin the 7th.
and Haas just trips to 6-7.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Kegel.com.
Not as quite as demonstrative as we saw him in the first match with those strikes. That was a shall take it.
Because he's trailing.
Wow.
He's 24 down, and it's like, well, I need that, and then I need, like, about 5 more of those, and then I need Wes to kind of help me out a bit.
That and the strikes aren't, Chamber of Commerce type strikes, if you will. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
Chamber of Commerce day, beautiful day, blue skies like we get here in Lake Wales every day.
That could be it. That could be it.
Oh, the King
Great shot.
may have fended off the power play by PA.
The King rules with a steady diet of X's. He liked that one immediately when it left his hand.
The lead bulges to 34 as we begin the 8th.
Oh, baby.
And she drops.
My goodness. It's the King's will.
I like it, Randall.
All I gotta say is I hope my son doesn't get any ideas from you.
Malott is actually referring to a small boy who's in the crowd who decided to do his hair up today in a mohawk.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Daddy West told you no mohawk. You're not going to do a mohawk.
Oh, that's got a hook.
There's some of that pin action.
Yeah, great pin action here at Kegel, the training center, man. The sidewalls are alive, and these guys are throwing pins all over the place.
Down 34.
Now or never.
2 frames left.
Now or never.
It's PA.
It's even better. Wide open. Kegel carry. Neat. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
His 6th jack of this match, and he desperately needed it in the 9th.
That guy's got some kind of processor in his brain, huh? You can see him just meticulously going over it and talking himself into that pure shot that he just threw there in the 9th frame. He still has a possible 245. Wes Malott, however, already at 249.
Come on, good shot.
Both Allen and Malott on the 2009 Dream Team, Team USA.
Any mark will do in the 10th now. As that puts Wes Malott, or as I like to refer to him, is Your Highness, into the 250s.
There does not appear that there will be a change of power. We will not know how a lefty would lead as the King of PBA.
Apparently this is not meant to be a left-handed society in the Malottville Kingdom.
There's your 9.
That is. All right.
And that is your match.
Needed it and got it. Wes Malott defeats PA to retain his title as King of Bowling. They talk about lefties, though. A couple more lefties still floating out there. Rhino Page, your 8 seed. Parker Bone, the 3rd, the 11 seed, in as a wild card.
I got to do this again.
The loyal servant to the king, Wes Malott, gives him the lid.
Still haven't seen the robe, and I'm a little disappointed.
Don't you think he looks a little like Aladdin with that hat on?
That was not what I was going to compare him to.
But a wonderful attempt, Randy.
I mean, I know he's the king and all, but...
A 258 moves Wes Malott on again.
It was fun. Good ride. You guys are great, man. You guys rule. All of you.
Next week, it'll be Walter Ray Williams Jr. and Bill O'Neill dueling for the right to challenge the king, Wes Malott.
He's starting to look real comfortable over there, Rob.
Maybe too comfortable.
Do you think maybe an upheaval, a riot on the horizon in the kingdom of Malottville? Is it possible?
I never discount anything in the PBA.
Keep it going.
The reign of Malott rolls on, 258 to 234. We'll hear from him when we return. Back with our coverage of the PBA King of Bowling. Time now for the Geico Championship recap. Randall.
How about Mike Scroggins shooting 268 in the first match against Patrick Allen? The only problem is he lost by 4. How about PA? Yo Haas, 272. Well, you know what happens when you win that first match? You got to take on the king.
Good shot.
And PA ran into a buzzsaw. The king takes down PA 258 to 234. Let's go down to Brienne.
Well, Your Highness, we meet again. Another victory. The account of your kingdom goes up to 20 grand now. This time it was at the expense of a lefty. How do you change up your game when you're bowling against a left-handed bowler?
Well, we had 2 lefties on this show, so they were breaking down their side of the lane. I had the right side out on myself, so I had to worry about breaking the lane down myself and not having 2 other guys out there doing it as well. So I just had to stay within myself and go out there and do what I could and make great shots and also get some good breaks, which just caps off kind of what the season's been all year.
Rob, I'm going to see if we can't get him to wear the crown and the cape and the scepter next time.
Brian, I've been asking for that for the last 2 shows. Get on it. All right, time now for the King's Spare Challenge. At the end of each one of these shows, the King will attempt the following spares in order. If he converts all 3, a $10,000 bonus. Last week, Big Wes took care of the 310 baby split, but the washout got him.
Oh, he's got a chance again.
Takes care of it for 2 weeks in a row.
2 in a row. How to shoot this left-handed.
So up now, the 1, 2, 4, 10 washout.
Give it a run.
It's come a long way in 2 years, Rob.
Wes has not been optimistic about this shot for 2 weeks now.
Yeah!
How about it?
All righty, my friends.
We got possibilities.
2 down, 1 to go.
The easy one now, guys.
He's already pocketed one $10,000 check. Now, if he can knock down the Greek church, Grandma's teeth, another $10K
You really don't have
for
to
the Big
stop.
Nasty.
Well, you can go for the 4-7, but I like to go over here and throw that 6-pin into that sidewall and have it take out the 4-7.
He owned the 10, though. Game effort and another great outing from your king, Wes Malott. So Wes will bowl again next week, and he'll take on either Walter Ray Williams Jr. or this season's average leader, Bill O'Neill. You can see it Wednesday, May 6th at 9 p.m. on ESPN2. Also next week, you will see the conclusion of that man, Wes Malott, your player of the year, and pardon the interruption, co-host Michael Wilbon. Wilbon bowled a great first half. Does he have it in the second half? We'll find out. For Randy Peterson, Brienne Pettigo, and our entire crew, I'm Rob Stone. We'll see you again next Wednesday. Tonight, the PBA invades Central Florida. Lake Wales, the host city, as we begin week 3 of the PBA King of Bowling, powered by AMP. Player of the Year, Wes Malott, began as the king, and no one has dethroned him yet. 3 more successful defenses by Wes, and he will have pocketed a cool $50,000. Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Rob Stone. One of the intriguing and compelling storylines running parallel to this tournament has been the challenge match. PTI co-host Michael Wilbon taking on Player of the Year Wes Malott. Now, last week you saw Wilbon more than hold his own versus the Player of the Year. This week, you will see the conclusion. Can Wilbon, the journalist, take down the Player of the Year, Wes Malott? But nobody's been able to defeat Wes Malott thus far in this tournament. Week 1, Malott took care of Chris Barnes, and then last Wednesday, we saw Strike-A-Lot, Wes Malott take care of Patrick Allen. He is 2 for 2, and he still wears the crown. Randy Peterson also wore the crown at one point, a former King of Bowling winner, and at this point, it's getting kind of easy for the king because the king has the cards in his favor.
Rob, many have tried to storm his castle. None have succeeded. It's still Wes Malott's kingdom. And today, he gets to bowl once again on the Scorpion oil pattern. He just dominates on that oil pattern.
And because he is the king, he gets to select what oil pattern he wants, and as long as he keeps winning, it's going to be awfully tough to knock him out.
He's won, in fact, he won his first ever career title on Scorpion. He's won this season on Scorpion. Guy just knows how to bowl on it.
All right, we take a look at the format for the PBA King of Bowling. Again, a normal scoring format will be used. Tonight, it's Walter Ray Williams Jr. versus the youngster, Bill O'Neill, the winner to take on Wes Malott. Now the introduction of today's 3 bowlers.
The reigning PBA Player of the Year. He won 3 titles this season, earning the title of Mr. Versatility, the Big Nasty, and current 2-time King of Bowling, Wes Malott. The all-time Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour titleist with 45. He has at least 1 win in 16 consecutive seasons, a new PBA record. 6-time PBA Player of the Year, Walter Ray Williams Jr. The number 7 player on the PBA season points list, our number 3 player. He's made 7 championship round appearances this season, recently named to Team USA 2009. He's the real deal, Bill O'Neill.
So there are your 3 that'll be competing on tonight's show, but let's hear from the king. And here's Brienne Pettigo with the Emperor of Bowling.
2 more bowlers coming for your kingdom, including a Hall of Famer this time. Wes, how are you dealing with the pressure of defending the crown?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I got to keep bowling well. Obviously, you know, all these guys have bowled well all season, but you know, I'm getting kind of used to this throne here. So, you know, they're gonna have to work for it.
Guys, he's getting awfully comfortable up here.
Yeah, the king that gets comfortable is the king that may get dethroned, because the man that many consider the king of all of bowling, Walter Ray Williams Jr., is up next. We are back for week 3 of the PBA King of Bowling, powered by AMP Energy, coming away from the Kegel Training Center here in Wales, Florida. Time now for your lumber liquidators know the wood. Wes Malott got to pick it. I wonder what he selected, Randy.
I'm going with scorpion pattern. Walter Ray's going to play pretty straight from the outside part of the lane. Bill O'Neill and Wes Malott are going to move in. 42 feet in length. It's all going to be determined upon how the oil pattern breaks down. Wes Malott has had his way on the scorpion oil pattern.
Week 1, he defeated Chris Barnes, 268-214. Last week, he took down the lefty Patrick Allen, 258-234, who is next to try and make a run at the crown. Here is your 7 seed, Bill O'Neill. The 27-year-old from Levittown, PA, drops all 10 in his opening shot at the king.
How about the season he had, Rob?
Man.
Led the tour in average.
And here is 49-year-old Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Wow.
I mean, don't those pins feel guilty when they don't fall for Walter Ray?
I know I would.
Yeah, that's just disrespectful. Walter Ray will be 50 this October, but for him and the way he bowls, age it's just a number.
As long as I am competitive, I'm going to continue bowling, and I can still make a little money at it. That doesn't hurt. I enjoy the competition, and it's just, you know, as long as I can be semi-competitive, I'm going to continue doing this and try to beat these kids.
I'd say he's more than semi-competitive.
Wow.
On the tour.
Guy bowled for 3 titles this season and won one of them.
He won in Hammond, Indiana, where he defeated, conveniently enough, Bill O'Neill in the title match, 246-202, rather. So back-to-back opening spares for Walter A. Williams Jr. And you ask him how much more time you got left on the PBA tour, and it's the same response he's been given for the last couple of years. Another 2 years.
Yeah.
Another 2 years. Yeah, he says, as long as I feel decent, keep playing competitively, I'm there. The real deal, Bill O'Neill in the second. Boom. 2-8-10. Yikes, 2-8-10.
Billy got that right of target. Boy, that ball never recovered down lane.
Out of pin action the first couple weeks here at the Kegel Training Center. Billy could have used a little bit more there. He'll go for count and an open frame. So the youngster, 27 years of age, made 7 shows this season, 2 second-place finishes, 3 times finished in 3rd. He is the only non-champion that is participating in this season's King of Bowling.
And we have some stats for you. Miles per hour and location. Location will be at the arrows at the 15-foot mark provided to us by the Kegel Training Center. It's called the CATS. No, Rob, it's not a play. It stands for a computer-aided tracking system.
I'm familiar with both. That is the WRWJ we're used to seeing.
And Rob, when we talk about CATS numbers, you look at the difference in power, the rev rate between Bill O'Neill and Walter A. Williams Jr. Bill O'Neill's last shot was right at 458 RPMs. Walter A. 271 on his last shot. So a huge power difference, and that's one of the things that Walter A. runs into trouble with when he's trying to follow guys that hook it a lot.
Is
as we slide on to break, the conclusion of match number 1 when we return to Lake Wales. Welcome back to Lake Wales, Florida. ESPN's continuing coverage of the PBA King of Bowling, powered by AMP Energy. We're coming your way from the Kegel Training Center, and we'll be here again next Wednesday night. Show number 4 of the series, as last season's Rookie of the Year, Rhino Page, takes on USBC Masters champion John Nolan. The winner take on today's king. ESPN2, 1 week from today, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Let's look at some Cats numbers, Rob.
Sure.
This is the biggie right here. Look where Walter Ray is playing, and look where O'Neill is playing. A good 7 boards to the left, so 2 completely different angles. A lot of that created, obviously, by the difference in power.
So O'Neill will step up right now as he finishes up the 6th, down 32.
TV break did him well. He made 7 championship round appearances this past season, second only to your king Wes Malott and Chris Barnes. Prior to the season, Randy had only made 3 career TV appearances, and one of them was on a double show.
Rob, watch this next shot that Bill O'Neill throws. I think the best part of his game is how tight that elbow stays to the inside part of the ball at release.
Looking for his 5th strike of this match.
Come on, he gets it. So a deuce for Billy O.
Talk about that elbow staying in, that handstand behind it, and that great follow through. Boy, it sure doesn't hurt to have a little bit of power either to kick that 10 out.
O'Neill sits and chugs. Walter Ray looking for a 5-bagger.
Yeah, Messenger. What? Way to do your job.
Walter Ray Williams Jr. throwing around some serious wood. Watch this, Messenger, Rob. I know how you like you a Messenger.
Off and then a little love tap. That was a pleasurable Messenger. I won't deny it.
How many messengers do you have in your career,
Where was
Rob?
I?
You've seen my game, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot.
Come on, wow.
I even moved.
Wow. Remember last time he tripped the 4-7 late on that lane. He makes a move and still goes a little high. And again, the problem that he faces, not so much in a one-game match, but we saw Chris Barnes do it to him in Connecticut, where Chris was playing left of Walter Ray and forcing Walter Ray to move in. And when Walter Ray moves in, he moves into the drive part of the lane that Bill O'Neill's using.
What a great show that was in Norwich, Connecticut, the Go RVing Match Play Championship, where Walter Ray and Chris Barnes bowled a total pin 3 game. And even though Walter Ray technically won 2 of the 3 games, overall, it went to Barnes. Here is O'Neill, his effort in the 8th, down 31.
Get lucky, get really lucky.
3 in a row for O'Neill.
Don't throw it like that anymore.
Still alive.
Stop throwing it like that.
And a tepid applause from Walter Ray.
Well, one more strike and he can cut the lead to 11.
6.
Hit him thin and watch him spin.
You like saying that. It's the rhyming part,
That's
right?
what we say in the game.
And we begin the foundation frame. O'Neill looking for a ham bone.
Say it with me, Lake Wales. Say it with me. Ham bone!
You have lost your mind. Just so you know.
That is a massive understatement.
Well, no, I think I would be paying more attention to what my opponent is doing than worrying about your ham bone.
There's a 1-bagger for Walter Ray.
Pretty
Nice, Rob.
He wants.
Light,
Give it to him.
flush.
He's earned to have really what he wants said about him.
Bill O'Neill working on a 4-bagger. Walter working on a strike.
1-bagger.
Strike, and if he strikes out, he will shut out Bill O'Neill. Come on.
Come on, Walter! Hey!
Yes. And it was
3-bagger in the 10th frame, that is.
And it was all about that shot right there, because remember the last shot he moved and went high. Now he had to make another adjustment. And trust is a must. Wow. 10 goes late, but it goes. Now, here's the situation. One more strike here. And that's all she wrote.
What do you think?
9 spare, we could have a tie.
What do you think Big West is thinking?
Come on, Walter!
In the pit.
He's thinking the living legend just missed the 10, and he wipes the sweat from his brow, does the king. The lord of all that is velour in this building.
All right, by my math, a spare here will give him 247. Bill O'Neill can strike out to shoot 247.
Which means we will have a 1-ball roll-off, should it happen. Walter Ray dials in the spare and takes a seat, and pressure squarely on the young man from Levittown, PA. 27-year-old Bill O'Neill needs to tie. Otherwise, the man voted the #2 greatest bowler in PBA history will take on Wes Malott for the title of king. 1 down.
What a beautiful shot. You know, Rob, they say creates character. Can Bill O'Neill pull it off, throw 2 more to tie, and then possibly beat Walter Ray in a roll-off?
One more strike, and he ties the living legend.
This is where he draws on the 7 shows for experience right here. And there he's showing it right there, not getting ahead of himself, taking a re-rack, taking a little bit of extra time, gathering his thoughts so he can make that one final pure shot and flush 10 back.
So 6 in a row for O'Neill to close. If he can make it 7 in a row, 7 death, roll off.
Possibly be watching a changing of the guards. What a performance in the 10th frame by Billy O'Neill.
PBA rule this time must be decided by a 1-ball, 7-death roll-off. The higher seed, in this case Walter Ray Williams Jr., will have choice of lane and starting order.
So here is what is about to take place as you take a look at our roll-off rules. The higher seed has the choice of lane and order. Walter Ray is that higher seed. Picked lane 8. He wants to go first. One ball, sudden death roll off. #2 all time versus a young man who may be the future of the PBA. He will not lose in this round. That is guaranteed. So, you saw O'Neill convert 3 must strikes in a row to tie.
Bill O'Neill in the lane he just finished on, where he threw 3 perfect shots. Needs 1 more to stay in it.
Yeah! Bonus bowling!
How do you like me now?
That 10-pin made him sweat it out a little bit. And Wes Malott saying, fine, guys, keep killing yourselves over here. Walter Ray drops them all again. I tell you, Bill O'Neill is handling this pressure wonderfully.
He's having fun.
Well, that's the key.
And
if you're not having fun, you're not succeeding.
And that's why he's handling this pressure.
Let's keep bowling.
My, oh my. We've got a barn burner tonight, Robbie.
So we go to our third sudden death ball. Walter Ray.
Boom! 10-pin party in the pit again for Walter Ray.
He's done that a few times in his career.
He must strike or he's eliminated.
Mulligan did the 7 decided. Yeah, let's take a fall for Billy O. Even the king enjoys that one. Not ready to relinquish the throne quite yet.
You're around. I'm getting your carry. You're sitting here, so I get your hit.
Spectacular.
We go to number 4.
There's some carry there. And some pin action. Wow. That's kind of fortunate to be a 9.
That's amazing. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Bill O'Neill working on 10 strikes in a row. If he can throw the 11th, he will take on Wes Malott, the king of bowling.
If he converts 11 in a row, he moves on.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I love it. We go to 5.
Why don't they just bowl another game? How about that?
No, let's take it out to the parking lot and settle it like
Better
real
yet.
men. Let's get some bloody knuckles.
Wow.
Back on the strike train, WRWJ.
He's a tough man to beat when he's got angle to the pocket. Anytime he can play around first arrow, it's a very tall task.
O'Neill must strike to continue this roll-off.
Didn't like it. And he is D for done, and Walter Ray moves on to take on the king, Wes Malott. Brienne Pedigo standing by with the living legend, Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Walter Ray Williams Jr., you've amassed nearly every award, every title that bowling has to offer, but what would it mean to you to be crowned king?
Well, this is a fun event, and I was pretty fortunate to beat Bill. I thought when I left that bad shot on that fourth shot that he was going to get another strike. He threw a decent shot, and unfortunately for him, he didn't strike. And then I got lucky and threw a good strike, and he didn't throw his best shot. But now I get a bowl, Mr. Malott, and I'm going to see if I can take him down.
He's already a legend, but will he be king? We'll find out.
Good question, Bree. But next, the conclusion of PTI co-host Michael Wilbon versus Wes Malott. 3 of 5 in the PBA King of Bowling, powered by AMP. Up now, the conclusion of the Michael Wilbon-Wes Malott challenge match.
If Wes Malott takes this off the sheet, he'll shoot 259. Wilbon takes it off the sheet for 213 plus his 57. Wilbon will be your winner.
The player of the year will not go down without a fight.
I'm done. I'm done.
No, you're not.
Come on!
Oh, my
Leaves
goodness.
the 248 with a spare for Wes Malott.
Yeah, that stands up. No.
248 with a spare. Wilbon with an open will be in the 190s.
Sorry, Bubba. It's okay.
Wilbon needs 192 or better, which means that
No
he
pressure.
has to
No
mark
pressure.
in the
None
10th
whatsoever.
frame.
That's money. Still want to know what you want?
Gotta have a mark. It's gotta cover the 610, Rob.
Hey.
Let's see what kind of maple moxie Wilbon has.
What do you got for us, Michael Wilbon? That Northwestern grad degree is going to do you no good here on the lanes. Come on! Yeah! He did it! The big Wilbon!
He needs one.
Now, one pin is not a guarantee. His first shot of the day went into the gutter and bounced out
We're not going to throw the
to hit the
I
seven.
guess you're going back to old school.
fade.
One pin for an exemption on the PBA Tour next season. Michael Wilbon. Got it. And more. Gets 8.
I'm done. You're the best, dude. You are
The challenge match goes to the big Wilbon.
Feel like you're high game of your life.
256 to 248. And Brienne down lane side with the two competitors.
I am impressed. Michael Wilbon, after all the controversy, you said you would be honored to come out and bowl this man, Wes Malott. Does this give you a new respect for what these guys do out here every weekend?
I had that already, and it was doubled when I got here and saw the routine, the practice, the intensity, and I got to hang out with these guys. And I don't roll a 199 if not for Wes being so generous with his time and advice. There's no chance.
Now, Wes, I got to ask you, before the match, Michael told me he had no chance of beating you and kept kind of talking down his game. I think he was sandbagging a little bit. What do you think? I think he was sandbagging.
Well, a little bit. I mean, like you said, it was an honor for him to come in and spend the day with us and have a little fun with us. And, a little tip here and there. I give everybody a second of my time means a lot to them. So, we just had a lot of fun with this. And 199, that's pretty solid. That would have won the U.S. Open last week.
Except I would have been more terrified last week. This was great because over the past few weeks since Tony and I talked a lot of trash on PTI, which is what we do. We can do that to the tune of 248, not this. I've gained a new friend who helped me with this, so this has been a blast for me.
All right, so now we're friends. Let's see the handshake. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you. Coming up next here on our continuing coverage of the PBA King of Bowling, Wes Malott defends his crown versus the living legend, Walter Ray Williams Jr. We welcome you back to the Kegel Training Center here in Lake Wales, Florida. Third show of 5 of the PBA King of Bowling, powered by AMP, and your king, Wes Malott, has powered through the opposition the first 2 weeks, looking for 3 in a row. If he wins today, he'll be bowling in our next show, Wednesday, May 13th, 9 Eastern. Rhino Page and USBC Master Champ John Nolan will be squaring off as Walter Ray genuflects to the king, Wes Malott.
As should we all.
5 titles and 6 titles, yeah. Frankly, we should probably be genuflecting to both of these two. The king and perhaps the next king, Walter Ray, to open us up. That's how you start.
No one has yet to be able to dethrone the Big Nasty.
He's had to take down a righty, he had to take down a lefty. But the one constant has been the Scorpion oil pattern,
which he's averaging like 262 on.
He beat Chris Barnes with 268, defeated Patrick Allen last week with a 258. The only bowler Wes Malott hasn't been able to defeat, Michael Wilbon, if pardon the interruption. Go figure that one.
Yeah, well, Michael Wilbon came into that match with a lot of mad skills, and he proved it.
He might have done some sandbagging as well.
What did he shoot? A legit 190, what was it? 199.
I just can't, and that's after having literally thrown a gutter ball on his first effort of the show. We're going to be talking about that one for a while back at PTI headquarters. Malott.
Back-to-back jacks to open up his defense of the crown.
Great shot. Wes Malott's bowling ball in style read this Scorpion oil pattern better than most. And boy, he throws a lot of strikes. You ask any player on the tour who likes Scorpion, it's Wes Malott.
Still has the follow through, but not the result he desired.
Ready. Yeah, and usually Walter Ray Williams Jr. and solid nines aren't in the same sentence. A very poor break for Walter Ray.
He's 49 years of age, will turn 50 in October, yet he is still one of the most intimidating forces out here on the PBA. He is, and I think it's fair to say,
I guess that's too
he's
much
revered
angle, Randy. I don't know.
out here. You know, whenever we talk to somebody, they're saying, you know, if Walter Ray's on the show, they're worried about Walter Ray. They got things to deal with Walter Ray.
I'm sorry, you were talking to me at the same time the great Walter Ray was. So
who did you hear?
Neither of you. You're right, Rob. He is revered, and rightly so.
Stay right.
Strike, spare, strike to start off for Walter Ray as Malott exits his throne temporarily.
I mean, the guy's made over $4 million in his career and 167 telecasts.
That's a lot of bowling in your career. He's done a lot of bowling tonight as well. Remember, 247 tie with Bill O'Neill, and they had to go to 5 sudden death bowl roll-offs. 4 of those were strikes.
Wow.
That looks familiar.
He wailed on that shot at the bottom of the swing.
Wes won 3 stops this season. The last, the Atonic Marathon Championship in Indianapolis. He was the #1 seed, so he got to pick what oil pattern. You'll never guess what he selected.
Scorpion?
Yes, you're still paying attention. Excellent, Randy. He took down Ronnie Russell there, 248 to 195. He is at home, right in the Scorpion.
They're going to change the name of the Scorpion pattern
to the Malott pattern.
Let's go!
I like Chris Barnes' description or name for this pattern. He said that they're going to change the name of it to the Beast pattern, which used to be the old nickname of Wes Malott until we named him the Big Nasty.
I like the Big Nasty.
I do too.
Almost as much as I like Hoss. 3 out of 4 strikes for Walter Ray. He trails by 20.
Alrighty, you want to do a little cats, Rob?
I would love to.
How about Walter Ray playing around the 7.5 to 8 board? Wes Malott's at 15-16. It's an arrow and a half left of Walter Ray.
We asked Walter Ray what he'd still like to accomplish with this Hall of Fame career. said, you know, maybe a 7th Player of the Year title would be nice. He thinks that may be a little bit of a reach for him at his age, but the one tournament he focused on, TOC, the one major he has yet to claim. Told us he's never really bowled well in that tournament either.
He's bowled for the title once at Tournament Champions.
He lost in that one to Del Ballard Jr.
That was a long time ago. Wow.
So Walter Ray down 21.
To the guy who is the reigning king and
flawless through 4.
The most deadly on the Scorpion pattern. Maybe if Walter Ray were to hit him with a taser right about now, he'd get back in this match.
I think you're going to have to follow up with a crowbar to the cranium.
Get that messenger! Aha! He loves the messenger!
Where did that come from?
Walter Ray has to sit and take it like a man.
Rob, new name for the messenger coming for you. The Scout. You like?
It's all right. You know, it's like my first love, the messenger. It's hard to lose her. It's hard to shake her. But I can move on. I can be convinced.
Come on. Put your hand around it.
We begin the 6th.
Look out.
Randy?
Holy
Randy?
cow.
Crack open that 6-pack!
You got it.
Wow.
Oh, boy. The king is not going to leave his kingdom without a fight. The conclusion of Malott Williams when we return. We are back in Lake Wales for the conclusion of the PBA King of Bowling match between Walter Ray Williams Jr. and Wes Malott. PBA.com and On the Ball Bowling have teamed up to allow you to create and personalize your very own bowling ball or pin, Randy. All you need to do, Randall, is upload any special photo or logo to create exclusive one-of-a-kind items. It's great for gift giving, maybe a birthday gift. Simply click on the shop tab at PBA.com. Time now for our AMP Energy Power Stats.
Hey, and when you're talking AMP, you're talking power. And look at the big difference in location. Wes Malott, a good 8 boards left of Walter Ray because of the overpowering rev rate. Wes Malott gets in, creates angle, and has done nothing but strike.
6 frames, 6 strikes for Malott. Here's Walter Ray to conclude the 6th, looking for his 4th strike of the evening.
And he gets it.
Boy, holy. Look, you see the way he caved into 7-10? The only man to ever make the big 4 on television, and look at him work some of his magic, kicking that 7-10 out.
His win this season in Hammond, Indiana, gave him at least 1 title in 16 consecutive seasons, which broke Earl Anthony's all-time record.
And another strike in the 7th.
He's hanging around. He's looking for a little opening from Wes Malott. Wes Malott perfect through 6. He's averaging 263 on the Scorpion pattern.
He's a big guy.
Apparently, it agrees with him, Rob.
Yeah, I would say so. Took down Patrick Allen last week. The week prior, it was Chris Barnes who fell to your 2008-2009 Player of the Year, Wes Malott.
Seven for 7.
There it is over to the 3rd arrow. You see that hand flip around to give it some side roll. And that ball just gets sucked up right into the 1-3 pocket.
One at a time. Come on.
We begin the 8th. Malott up 41.
Hey, Rob, You want to know the new mantra of Wes Malott?
Please.
I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and fury. How about that 10 back?
We'll put that above his throne. He is well on his way to dismantling Walter Ray Williams Jr. Walter Ray gets the 10 to kick. He keeps himself alive just barely. And Walter Ray very excited right now. He has the opportunity, Randy, for what?
4-bagger?
Absolutely.
Come on, Walter!
4-bagger! Oh my. The medication is starting to wear off.
It is wearing thin right now. Walter Ray takes a seat in the 9th, having strung 4 together, 7 total for this match.
Yeah, we got it. That one's pretty bad.
Malott up 31, working on a perfect game through 8. Perfection through 9.
The king of bowling looking to go perfect. It's no longer about the match. The match is over. Right now, it's all about whether or not Wes Malott can throw 3 more strikes in the 10th and shoot a perfect 300 game.
Just make a good shot. That's all you can do.
The king may invade a country after this effort. Expand his empire. Two more. And again, earlier in the night, we showed you that Michael Wilpon of PTI defeated Wes Malott. Wes Malott not feeling so good about that and taking it out on Walter Ray tonight.
11 straight. One more for perfection. Get up, Lake Wales. Get up.
Take the best shot of your life here. Come on. Let's get through it. Come on.
Wes Malott for a perfect 300 game.
I'm glad we don't have to bowl anymore tonight.
Here it is, his last throw. Stand and bow at the throne of Wes Malott. The king rolls on via perfection. We'll hear from Wes Malott when we return to Lake Wales, Florida. Oh my.
PBA King of Bowling, powered by AMP, is brought to you by AMP. AMP Up. AmpEnergy.com. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. And by Go RVing. Visit GoRVing.com for a free video. What will you discover? Go RVing.
Welcome back to Lake Wales. Time now for our Geico Championship recap. Randall.
Well, the first match, Walter Ray Williams Jr. Bill O'Neill tie at 247. We go to a 5-frame roll-off. Walter Ray strikes. Bill O'Neill yanks it and goes through the nose. Walter Ray advances to take on King Wesley. You know, throughout Walter Ray's career, he's had 300 games bowled against him. 1 Norm Duke, Steve Hoskins, and the 3rd by Johnny Petraglia. Wes Malott became number 4. Best shot of the match right there.
And the King standing by laneside with Brienne.
A perfect game for the big, nasty King. Let me present you first with your scepter. I think it's appropriate for you to use that. How does it feel, Wes, to bowl a perfect game against Walter Ray Williams Jr.?
Well, I think that's happened more than once against him on TV, and you know, I've been close before with 299 when I won my first title, and to be able to get up and do it again, I mean, I thought the season was over. I didn't know I could just keep going, and it just never stopped. So it's just been an unbelievable year, and very grateful and honored to be here.
Can he hold on to it another week? We will find out.
So now the question is, can Wes carry that momentum over to the King's Spare Challenge and pocket yet another $10,000 check? Can he knock down 3 spare conversions in a row for the 10 grand? Again, we begin with a 3-10 baby split. He made it in week 1 and week 2.
Who cares?
He sums it up wonderfully for us. I just rolled a 300. I did nothing but strikes. I don't even know how to spell spare at this point. Next Wednesday, show number 4 in the King of Bowling series, powered by AMP, primetime 9 Eastern on ESPN2. Rhino Page, John Nolan, the winner, to take on that man, the Big Nasty. You saw him lose earlier in the broadcast to PTI's Michael Wilbon, and he took out his anger on Walter A. Williams Jr. and the lanes with a perfect game. For Randy Peterson, Brienne Pettigo, and our entire hard-working crew, I'm Rob Stone. Good night from Lake Wales. Hope you enjoyed that 300 from Wes.